Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the third and final part of our Storytellers Spotlight. J. Scott Campbell, Danger Girl. I actually said it smoothly. It's later in the day. I'm telling you, in the morning when I try to do these videos, my brain is like not fully functioning. It's a combination of way too much caffeine and not being awake. 1 o'clock Rich is much more on it. So this is where we ended. A couple of things. Although you'll see this is part 3. There are technically 5 parts of this series. We've got the Open That Book Rich, which is the Danger Girl sketchbook, that if you haven't watched that yet, I would highly recommend that you check it out because it's an excellent lead-in and background to why Jeff is so solid, consistent, how well worked out all this stuff is. And then there's the intro, which is the prelude. So I'm going to create a playlist in the description box. You'll find a link to that, so you can go there and click on the playlist and watch them all in order if you want. And then the Open That Book series, I was going to suggest if you like actually checking out art and sort of getting a little bit of background on things, I've gone through some really, really cool books. One, in fact, was a book that Jeff gave me. I'm going just to show you this really quick. Yeah, there's some really good books. Katsushiro Otomo. We've got Mobius. All kinds of cool stuff. So anyway, this was pointed out in the comments section. It's an exclamation point. I saw that gap when I was filming it, and it just didn't even occur to me that it was an exclamation point. That's a nice little touch. So if you go back to, I think it was part 2, the beginning of part 2, I talk about that panel being a really effective use of time. And then actually, you know what? I'll do this too. So this bullet that's going across here, that sweeping motion with the sort of like smoke sort of wrapping around gives the illusion of slow motion. It's like seconds. You see what I'm saying? Like each loop is like time. So it has this very like slow kind of cascading feel, which really plays up the whole kind of sexy, swanky, the James Bond movie is starting and all the girls are dancing, and it's this really, kind of like cool moment where he's taking you even deeper into the story. And yeah, anyway, so okay, let's get to where we were. So he breaks down each character. I was saying that these kind of reminded me almost like of the back of like if you bought an action figure where you get, the full shot of the character and then kind of a synopsis, data thing of what each character is all about. And very, very cool. So check that out in the last video. So here we go. A paused beat. We're somewhere else. Outside the boat. It's 12:43 a.m. Silhouettes are always really, really effective. They're kind of eye stoppers, especially with Jeff's style. And I wanted to add too, there's a couple of pages I'm going to move through really quick just to keep the video time down, because there's not a lot to say about a few of them. But you'll see when we do other artists' books, there'll be other things that they do more often that we don't really need to address after we've done it a couple of times. But anyway, for Jeff, because he doesn't really do tons of like silhouettes, it's a nice little break there, Anyway, I'll tell stories about working with Jeff in another video sometime. So yeah, Sydney, she's getting out of the shower. Ooh la la. Nice big shot of her. Let's see what we've got in terms of design here. Again, these classic Campbell shapes. I'm telling you, man, he's all about the sweeping curls. Like, he has them just everywhere. But what's nice about it is the black takes you right to Silicone Valerie sitting here. Let me grab my, a little pointer. I'll grab a brush today. Very exciting. Sorry for the glare. I don't know. Oh, that'll work a little bit. But yeah, so he has this nice shape right here, and it takes you right to her knee, and her knee takes you to this, and you get to see all of her fandom and stuff like that. And then these shapes pull you down to here. I don't know if Jeff does this intentionally. I'm sure he does. Oh, and then you've got the little butt cheek of Sydney kind of there. Again, very, very sexy times. So let's see. He's got a nice V shape right here that pulls you down to her. Couch takes you right to Natalia, and she's there doing her thing. She's always with her knives. Natalia's very dangerous. And then a nice shot of her, talking about, her intuitions on Abby, but, real nice framed face with the hair, the hands up, and again, he sends you right out of the page. Okay? So, Sydney's still looking very scantily clad. You got Valerie, bum bum bum. Could argue that you can go this way or like lead through here, but again, he takes you up here, right to the face. And then here, we actually come back in through Deuce. She's framed with this. It all just flows. Jeff has got the flow. Look at the toe. The toe is pointing right to here. It's not a mistake. These aren't accidental things that happen in his books. This is cinematic storytelling for comics. Again, circles. He likes circles. They're good stoppers. You stop there for a second. Anyway, so they're talking. She's not confident, and she explains a little bit about herself, and again, really nice flow. Just everything flows. Flow. That's what Jeff does. He's awesome at it. And by the way, there'll be a link to Jeff's official site in the comment section, or in the description box, so please check it out. Okay, so this scene ends, and he says smashing, which is like a Sean Connery thing, which is funny. Got this nice thin morning moment where the sun's coming up, and then they're all on the boat, and he gives them a real good breakdown on the sky on the computer screen. They've got a mole over in Paris who's an art dealer, and they're gonna meet up. And this guy in the red, villain, red, it's trouble. You can already tell. Glasses, you can't see his eyes, all kinds of suspicious things. And got a name for this guy. Unknown, but he has an alias we know of. He calls himself the Peach. All right, this is a beautiful kind of like new establishing shot. I love this shot of like Paris. Looks like sunset, which is interesting too, because remember this. So it's morning for them, sunset here, but this apparently is going on at the same time. So he's giving you an amount of distance these participants are apart. And he also talks about they're going to transport them over by the supersonic transport. So they're, as far as I can tell, they get over there really quick. I don't know what the hell they used, but anyway, so the Peach, he's got this shield. It's a little like it's a little subtle, but and then this guy that's standing by the tree is very suspicious. Like when you're reading it, you definitely key in on him, and you're kind of like, all right, what's up? Peach is there. He's being all sweet talky. The guy brought the artifact that he's looking for. They're about to do the deal. Sydney's spying on him up above. Then a little inset panel. Like I said, some of these we're going to go through. But again, attention to detail on this. I mean, Jeff is really fantastic. It was fun to go back and look at this after the scene kind of goes a little further along, just to see like what he had done. Nice pause on Abby. She's now in a different costume. You're kind of like, whoa, okay, that's sort of trippy. Like she's like a French maid. It looks like she's in like a storage room. They're planning a listening device into a martini that's going to go to their mole. I loved the crepes with the blueberries. Very stylish, very simple, just enough elements to let you know exactly what's going on. The ear, there's some real nice flow going on here too. Again, let's check this out. So, he's got all this. The hair takes you to her arm. You pause here. You've got Sydney, little inset panel there. Then you find out that Abby's actually knocked this girl out with like a secret agent move that she knew from before. So she like pinched her out, and then we've got Abby bringing out the listening device, and Peach going to smack her butt. She looks at him, and she's very pissed, but they're telling her hold back. But again, takes right to it. The motion of the hand takes you there. She turns around to her left, so she's facing that way. He did the storytelling right. you know, if he had this flipped the other way, it wouldn't be right. Now, this is really, really cool. So now they're getting the information from the listening device. I'm going to sit down for this. This is really, really cool, though. So check this out. This is where their boat is, which is why it's morning for them. Or does that work? Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. This is where they are. They're in Europe. It's beaming it to the satellite. The satellite's taking it to them. So, I don't know. This looks like the sun set, though. Which I think this is really, really cool. It might be slightly inaccurate. Let me know in the comments below. Again, the dialogue that we all have together is what's going to make these videos incredibly powerful and useful information for us. But when I first read this, my thought was, okay, I'm like, what is this? Is like an explosion? But I'm like, oh, you know, the sun's going down where these guys are talking in Paris. It's being beamed here, and then it's getting there. But I didn't realize that this is morning. So you guys let me know. Is that accurate? Like, if the sun's going down there, would it be morning here? Or is that off a little bit? Still a very, very clever idea. All right. Valerie, Peach goes, you know, you're going to eat the olive. He eats it. And they're, like, freaking out because now he's eating the listening device. And, the deal is wrapping up here, and he's like, you know, can you read French? I don't speak a word of it. And he's like, yeah, no problem. He wants to get out of there, and then he's murdered. So he goes down. All right. Then we've got another chase scene gearing up, so let's go through this fast. Like I said, I don't want the video to go way, way long. So Peach is eating a peach and shooting his gun. The guy is just like, he's a jerk. All-around jerk. The guy goes down. His guys are getting shot. There's the dude that was standing there by the tree. I thought that was a really nice touch. This other guy, I don't know if he was, like, had a little cameo before. You could look around and see if you spot him. There was a guy sitting with a girl by the fountain. It may have been him. Really nice shot of Abby, and it's very dramatic. You pause. You know, this goes real quick. The broken up sort of panel border really makes it kind of interesting. He grabs it. Again, small, simple panel. You're going to move through it quick with your eye. You know, the guys are starting to take off. They screech out of there. You know, nice direction with the angle. And again, you'll start to see Jeff starts to curve stuff. As soon as the action starts to take place, he's starting to arc lines. He always it's a sweep. This is sweeping. I mean, it's very, very intentional. All right, so Abby reacts. She hops, or Sydney shows up, crashes through a fruit stand. This French, you know, grocer, produce seller is like, whoa, you know, what's going on? This is really nice. I love the pavement in this panel. Just a nice attention to detail. You know, you do this a different way where you haven't done your homework, and it's kind of, you know, not very interesting. But he's got this beautiful, like, brickwork that if you've ever been to Europe, I mean, it does have stuff like that. And so he did it right, and it's beautiful looking, and it's stylish. It fits his style. The car is great. It's a Boxster Porsche, I believe. Great. So she hops in, and Abby takes the wheel, guns it, foot goes down on the gas pedal, and they're out of there. And again, curved line. Whenever he's creating action, he's going to start sending you that way. The dude crushes the banana. It's a nice little end cap to the page, I thought. Really nice page. Okay, action. Here we go. Arced lines. This thing's trucking. He's even got the van itself, or the truck itself, is actually like, this is a bit of a curvilinear perspective. I'll be able to show you guys how to do that. It's not as complicated as it seems, but anyway, so yeah, they're speeding along. This is really, really great. Okay, so these 4 equal size panels, when you read it, you give it basically the equal amount of time when you look at them, which is pretty quick. This whole scene of him seeing them, they honk, goes to here, it goes to here, it goes to here. It happens all kind of at the same pace. Thought that was really, really cool. And it's unusual to see Jeff do this shape panel, although he has been using it in this book. But because he's doing a cinematic story, he kind of goes for that shot. And then boom, as soon as he gets back into the action in the comic Jeff, you know, J. Scott Campbell world, it's a cool shape panel. This is really nice. It's like it's narrow, opens up, and she kicks him. So you've got this nice momentum that the shape of this panel creates. Again, it's a little bit of a forced perspective. Like her feet compared to her head are what would you call it? Like manipulated to give it a sense of depth that's a little fictional and a little sort of like artistic liberties, but it looks really really cool. He always does it well. She knocked out both of the guys, and again the truck, it's still speeding along. The guy falls out. He's got this nice sort of double, like he's not just hitting the pavement once. He's like tumbling away, and we're off and out of the page again. Slow to fast. He's just takes you right out. Equal size panel. You're gonna probably read these at the same pace. It's just zoom zoom. This is great. Look at the wheel. Like he's got, that's so nice. Like man, you ever watch a movie or see someone like peel out in a car? Like the position that he has the truck is just great. I love the front wheels versus the back wheels and how it's turning. And again, you can see the little arced lines. It's creating that nice sense of torque that it gets. This is nice and framed. Again, equal size panels. You're going to go through these real quick. It's just going to be boom, boom. Kind of a pause beat and then the reaction. Interesting panel shape. It creates excitement. You can see the anger in his eyes. Again, the red. It's like danger. Danger girl. All right, let's do this. So many pages. I want to get this done. Sorry, it's going long. Okay, so this dude jumps from their car, I guess, or the truck, onto the hood of her car. He directs you this way, this way. Super creepy dude, framed by the seats of the Boxster, and then she's still gunning it, and then he's like, I need a lift, baby. She reacts to him. Seat eject. This is pretty nice. Shoots him out. Changes the angle. Now we're sort of in front of the car, a little above it. And it's moving and grooving. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, he gets hit, and they're out of there. And the car is really gunning it now. Man, they've got it way up. And then the final page. She thinks she's out, but she's not. This black, impending doom. Helicopters firing on her. And this killer shot of the back of the car with the Danger One license plate going off into, like an escape mode, basically. Like they're trying to get out of there. So, what a great cliffhanger. It really is. Again, he keeps you on the edge of your seat. He's got characters that are extremely likable. And, this just amazing ending of the first issue. I don't know how you could read that and not want to check out issue 2. So anyway, that was the first series of these. We're only going to do a single book of Jeff right now. If you guys do want me at some point to do issue 2, we can slowly kind of work through it. But next on deck, I'm going to look through the suggestions and pick something that I have here that I can pull out and go through. I'm going to intentionally pick something that's quite a bit different than Jeff. I have a couple of ideas. So, all right. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this was fun. It's a work in progress. We'll look at this while I'm ending. Yeah, please smash the like button. Crush it, if you like that term better. Yeah, this was really, really fun. Jeff is excellent. Again, in the description box, I'll have a link to Jeff's website. You can actually probably get these. I know that he's got an expanded edition of the Danger Girl sketchbook. If you don't have it, you should get it. All right? Thank you. Hope this was informative. Please, comments, suggestions. If you disagreed with something that I noticed, let me know, because I'm here to learn too. All right? Thank you. Bye.